go through the entire video, you will know that I have quite rich experience from BPCL to ISRO to ONGC, and now I have joined Indian Railways as an IRSME officer. Hello guys, I am Ashutosh Kumar. I have done my BTech from IIT Patna in Mechanical Engineering Department. After my 4th year, I was placed in BPCL as management training. I worked there for 2 years in BPCL. Then after BPCL I worked in ISRO for around a year, and then I worked in ONGC for 6 months, and then I have joined recently as an IRSME probationer, and currently I am undergoing training at Nair, Vadodara. I had secured an All India rank of 63 in UPSC Engineering Services Examination 2018. Like every one of you, I was also very confused what are the options that I have in final year of my engineering. I was exploring 2 or 3 options. One was pursuing a career in MBA after 4 years, and I thought of preparing for CAT examination. But I didn't go with the preparation. I was placed in my final year in BPCL for the post of management trainee, and I decided to take the job. And in meanwhile, I thought that I will be continuing both work and preparation for CAT examination. Talking about BPCL, I was posted as as management trainee. First year, the profile is called management trainee, then you are executive officer after the probation period. 1 year probation is there. So first, when you are selected in BPCL, you will have your training in the main center, which is Mumbai. And in Mumbai, around 1 month training is there. Then you will be sent to some other location, like I was sent to Chennai. I was posted in LPG division, sub-business unit. We call their sub-business unit. There are different verticals where the entire business is divided into, and I was posted in LPG, and there are other SBUs like refining is entirely a different sector. In marketing, there are terminals where the filling of petrol and diesel and ATF. There is another segment called ATF, aircraft turbine fuel, and then there are some other divisions which names I don't remember right now, but it is divided into 6 to 7 SBUs. Mostly you will either go in marketing division, or you will be posted in a terminal or LPG business unit. These are the main core SBUs of the company. All the downstream companies like IOCL, BPCL and HPCL, all 3 companies do the same work. So in BPCL, in LPG business unit, you will be posted in a bottling plant. I was posted in Raiganj, West Bengal. It was near Bangladesh border, and it was also a tough location where the place was not so developed and quite remote, less accessibility to the region. So in BPCL as operations, I was working as operations officer. I used to work in the shed, and I used to oversee the day-to-day filling of the bottle of the cylinders. There are mainly 4 types of cylinders, I think, as far as I remember. 14.2 kg cylinders, 19 kg cylinders, 35 kg cylinders, small ones 5 kg cylinders, and then 47.5 kg cylinders. These are the basically only 14.2 kg cylinder is for domestic use, and the rest are for commercial purposes. So in the plant, I used to oversee all the operation part. Then there will be few officers along with you. We were 6 officers posted in one plant, and we used to oversee all the functioning. And under you, there will be around 20-25 company employees, operators. They are called operators, and then there will be some contract labor, 20-25, or depending on the location, there will be a certain number that will be contract labor. Okay guys, now I'll be sharing about BPCL, something about the corporate life. BPCL is a good Fortune 500 company, and it has quite vibrant environment. Some of you might also enjoy working there. Even I had a good time working there, and it was a nice experience because it was my first job, and also because the culture is almost like a private sector job, and it is a good mix of both private and public sector organization. So the culture there mostly is which is followed there is of performance based promotions, and everything is reviewed time to time, and I think the growth prospect is also quite bright in BPCL, because most of the higher officials were going to retire by 2020. So when I joined, our seniors informed us that you have joined BPCL at a very right time, because once you join, your career prospects are very bright here. And in BPCL, you will also get an opportunity to go for higher studies. In BPCL, after 5 years, you are allowed to go for an MBA, and they select few of the employees, and they sponsor your MBA from I think SP Jain. So that is also a very good opportunity. SP Jain is quite good college for an MBA. If you want to continue in BPCL, that is also a good option. Or if you want to switch to some other job, you want to experience new challenges in life, so you can do an MBA. If there is a bond, you can execute the bond, and after serving for a few years, you can also switch to other organizations. Compared to IOCL, the working culture is totally different, because IOCL is almost entirely a government organization. It functions like a government company, and few of my friends are also working there in IOCL. So as far as I am concerned, I think that a good working environment, day-to-day challenges in working is better than having a monotonous and a complacent job. So if you go through the entire video, you will know that I have quite rich experience from BPCL to ISRO to ONGC, and now I have joined Indian Railways as an IRSME officer. So I think there are both pros and cons to the constant change that you undergo in your working profile, because one, you have quite diverse knowledge about various sectors which are open to a mechanical engineer in India. Second, this experience comes handy whenever I have always experienced that the experience I got in BPCL has helped me through ISRO to ONGC, and I think that learning is also quite relevant in Indian Railways also. So if you want, then you can have a vibrant and dynamic career progression, and still now also I think of doing an MBA later on in my career, so that I will have better opportunities if I go for deputation in Indian Railways, or if after some time, you might also know that Indian Railways will, after a few years or down the line, privatization is inevitable. So if you have better degrees, if you are well qualified, then this will help you in your life. It is better to weaponize yourself and be ready for a change in when and how it comes. So always it's better to be prepared. After joining BPCL, I worked there for around 1.5 years, 2 years, and then I knew that I was good in technical studies, so I thought that I had a good CGPA in college. I was a 9 pointer in IIT Patna, and also topper of my branch. So I thought that it's better to go for engineering services examination. So I started preparing for engineering services examination, and meanwhile I also qualified GATE examination, and I also qualified ICRB recruitment for ISRO. I was selected in ISRO and I worked there for around a year. I will tell you a little bit about ISRO, what is the work profile and what kind of work you will be doing there. In ISRO mainly there are you will be posted on the post of scientist engineer, and you are recruited at level of SC scientist engineer, and level 10 it is a gazetted post, and there you will be having option to either work in Trivandrum, Sriharikota, Ahmedabad or Bangalore. These are the 4 major centers of ISRO where you will be working as a mechanical engineer. 90% of you guys will be posted in Sriharikota, which is the main center of ISRO, and the work profile will depend on the division that you are posted. Telling about myself, sharing something about myself, I was posted in SPROP division, solid propellant rocket booster, and it was a division which produced stage 1 and stage 3 of PSLV, and I was posted in hardware insulation and lining division. So basically in ISRO you will be doing a very small fragment of the entire work that the organization does. It is designed so that no one in the organization knows everything, each and every detail and each and every nitty-gritty of the entire work that goes on. We all only contribute a minuscule part, but the entire composite comes out as a project like GSLV and Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan missions. So in ISRO you will, if you are posted in Sriharikota, like I was posted in Sriharikota, you will be involved in the direct production line, because you will not be doing most of the R&D work. R&D work, whatever it is being done is in the centers of Bangalore, Ahmedabad and Trivandrum. So Sriharikota is mostly a production center, and final launch and launch facilities and everything related to launching is being done there. Okay guys, after once you are posted in ISRO, first they will call you to the center that you have been allocated. The joining comes almost a month after the results are declared. You will have an option for undergoing the medical examination either at the ISRO centers, or there is an option to undergo the same at your respective state government hospitals. So once you are done with that, they will post you in your respective divisions, and then you will continue working for another 4 to 5 months. It varies with every batch after how many months they will send you for the training program that is organized in ISRO, and that is always held in VSSC, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Trivandrum. So it is a beautiful place, Kerala. It is situated in Trivandrum, Kerala, and as many of you might know that Kerala is also called God's own country. So it is quite interesting and entertaining journey that you undergo for around 2.5 months in VSSC Trivandrum. So there people from all the centers will come, and you will get an opportunity to interact with your colleagues from other centers, because rarely you will very less chances will be there once you are done with your training program. Then the training program will start with guest lectures from ex-chairman ISRO, and there will be many distinguished scientists who will come and who will address you. Then the program is mostly classroom, an auditorium is there in which the classes are organized. Around the seating capacity will be 600 to 700, 500 participants generally take part in the training program. So you will go through most of the basics of the entire launch process, how a rocket is designed, and how the navigation process of how a rocket is able to navigate through space. Few basics you will understand, few of the things you might not be able to understand, but they give you a good overview of what ISRO does, and what ISRO stands for, and how the organization has covered a long journey since Vikram Sarabhai, the main man and the person behind our space program in India. Then you will have visits to LPSC Valyamala, and there is another center in Trivandrum where mainly gyroscopes are designed, which are used for navigation purpose. There you will get to know a lot, and then you will also be able to visit a production center where many new CNC machines are there, with more than 8 axis machines are there. Quite latest machines you will be able to see, which is a rare sight in India. So that is also a very good experience as far as mechanical engineering is concerned. Then at the end of the 2.5 months training, they organize a small quiz. A test is taken, I think of 100 marks, and that is just to evaluate that you have learned something. And it is also good that in the end they will inform you that these marks will be important in your further DPCs, departmental promotion committees, and your further promotions will depend on it. But I have heard that it is not the case. It is just a warning so that people concentrate in the class. And after the training program, you will be sent back to your respective centers. Okay guys, so in ISRO you will get promotion opportunities every 4 years. Like your first posting is at the level of scientist engineer SC post. Then you will move from SC to SD, then SE, F, G, and then this will continue. And after some time you will be distinguished scientist. There are good career opportunities in ISRO because promotions are hardly affected by vacancies. Every 4 years they will regularly conduct DPCs. Mostly the recommendation of the boss under whom you will be working is the main criteria or main performance parameter that they judge in DPC. Also there is a Viva was. So usually people start preparing 6 months before their DPC is scheduled. So in ISRO, apart from the promotion, you will also be getting press component in your salary. It is a level 10 gazetted officer post, and you will get performance relative incentive, and that is 40% of your basic pay. So whatever you are getting in gazetted officer post plus 40% salary you will be earning in ISRO, and that is more or less fixed every year. After ISRO, I joined ONGC for around 6 months. In ONGC, I was posted as AEE production. In AEE production, your profile will be you will be dealing with the control of the refining process. I was posted in ONGC Kakinada in Odal Revu plant in Andhra Pradesh, and there we had exploration of natural gas in Bay of Bengal. So the field was inside the Bay of Bengal, and we were exploring natural gas from the source, from the well. And in our plant, primary operations are being done, where we try to segregate the impurities from the natural gas, and we try to separate out whatever unnecessary components are there in the natural gas which are present as a crude. So in ONGC, mostly it is a tough job. You will be full time wearing an orange color suit which is called dangri, and you will have to wear boots which are around knee high length. So there, mostly if you go in production, you will mostly spend most of your time in the control room, and in the control room there are panels in which entire flow line of the natural gas which comes from the well to the plant is there, and all the valves and all the systems are represented on that panel. Panel is mostly to have remote operation of the valves and systems which can be operated from the control room. There are always manual bypass valves also, because if the online system fails, then there will be manual operation. Then there mostly you will initial few days you will learn about the total flow diagram of the plant, how the process goes on, and what are the important significant features of the plant that you have to learn. There you will have 14 days of working and 14 days off. The company will provide you with the facility of they will give you air tickets, and they will give you the taxi charges, whatever you spend while your journey to and fro from your hometown to the location where you are posted. Okay guys, now I'll try to sum up what I have learned through my experiences in the various companies. I think there are both pros and cons of a career which has diverse experiences of working in different companies. It is the perspective that you have in life which determines how you want to go through the journey in the process. First of all, if you want to have a diverse and rich career, rich experience, then you can opt for one company after another, and this will remove the monotony that sets in life. The learning that you derive from these experiences will help you to tide over the challenges of life which you are going to face in future. It is always better to equip yourselves with the skills which are relevant to the present day market. And if you are one of those lucky ones who is quite clear about what they want or what they desire in life, so it's always better that if you have a particular goal in life, so achieve it very early in your life, and you will have a long and fulfilling career, and also your promotion aspects will be more. In the end, I would just like to say that just go with the flow and follow what your heart says.